In order to put the data together in a meaningful way, you need to understand this correlation. Most graphs have a vertical side to them and a horizontal side. The graph is contained within this area. The vertical side of the graph usually has numbers on it that start with 0, and then the increments are whatever you decide them to be. You could go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. But those numbers have a meaning. So there needs to be a side title to tell you what those are. And this could be inches or ages. But we need a title to understand what those numbers mean. And then usually the bottom has some kind of information too. So maybe we're going to do January, February, March, April. And that also has a title on it to tell you what those J, F, M, and A mean. So this might be titled inches, and this might be titled in a month. This is just an example. Then the entire graph needs a title. So the vertical side of the graph and the horizontal side of the graph also correspond to another type of math that's called the coordinate plane. So I'm going to give you the actual terms for these because the vertical side is the y-axis and the horizontal side is the x-axis. So we have vertical, this is the y side of it, and that's the x-axis. Then the entire graph needs a title. And that's where the correlation comes in, because usually the title of the graph has something to do with the relationship between the y and the x-axis. So this really shows you the basics of what you'll need in most of the graphs. The graph title that shows the correlation between the title of the vertical axis and the title of the horizontal axis. And the upper math calls them the y and the x-axis. So the data that we're collecting is basically going to fall into the categories of the horizontal and vertical axes.